Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Stella and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Stella's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You're going to be introduced to this training equipment and taught how to use it properly, take it on and put it off with ease during your follow-up training session tomorrow with Rich. Now, Stella is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Stella, heel. Now, at this point, Stella has a job to do, and that is to remain even with your left leg on walks, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but keeping her shoulder next to your left leg during the course of your walk, so you're never being dragged. If you turn, she should turn. If you're taking a leisurely walk and you slow down, she should do the same. And each time that you stop, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So if you stop to talk to a neighbor or cross the street, she should be sitting quietly at your left and waiting for her next command. And she's doing a great job, and she looks happy doing it. She knows she's doing her work. This exercises her brain as well as her body, so that is good for her as well. The next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You can practice this indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to start out at about 30 seconds, and you're going to slowly work up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her. That's an additional distraction. He stops at her shoulders, and then he gives her another command. Each time you return to that heel position, Stella has been taught to expect another command. If Rich speeds up, she should speed up. When he turns, she should turn. There goes the tail. If you need to encourage her, you just talk to her quietly. Tell her she's a good girl. Stay. And she looked over at me. Nice sit, stay. She's focused. This time, instead of returning back to her, Rich will demonstrate the come on command. The command is Stella, come. He encourages her, talks to her on the way in, and she should come in and sit. So no more coming in and jumping. She should come and sit nicely in front of you, and then she goes back to heel and back sitting. I think heeling is probably one of the best used commands, because now you can walk your dog, who's only getting bigger, without her dragging you down the street. When you stop, she sits. Nice sit, stay. And when you call her, she should come on command. And sit facing your knees. She should not put her feet on you. And then she goes back to heel and back sitting. Had to get that just right. Now, the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your down commands. And you hear Rich telling her that she's good. So your first one is the down from a heel position. So always have your dog seated before you give her that down command. And again, I'm emphasizing that you can practice this indoors. You take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down and stay. Now, your long down stay, dogs typically will hold a down stay longer than a sit stay. And she shouldn't be sniffing the ground. That's what Rich is correcting her for. Your long down stay when you're practicing and right in your living room, start out at about 30 to 45 seconds and work slowly up to 5 minutes. When Rich returns back, he walks all the way back like he did on the sit stay, all the way around her as an additional distraction, gets to her shoulders and stops, and then gives her another command. And Rich is going to be teaching you how to incorporate these exercises into your everyday living situations.
Down. Stay.
She's at a very clumsy age right now, so she's not real military, but you can obviously see that she knows these commands.
Stay.
If she's starting to get up, you take a step in and say, no, stay. This time Rich will call her out of that. Come right in and sit. That was very nicely done. Back to heel. Now she's not sitting right away, so Rich tells her no, sit, and gave her that little tug on the training equipment. And the last command that we're going to be demonstrating for you is your down from a distance. So you have her at a heel, sitting. You leave her in a stay. You turn to face her. Don't go too far away in the beginning. You're going to use your right hand to give the command.
No, down.
And she goes into a down from a distance. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Stella's formal on-leash obedience commands. These commands are to be used indoors as well as outdoors. Rich will be bringing you all types of written paperwork so that you can know her scheduling here at the school. She's really come a long way. We've enjoyed every minute of having her, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.